Form 3 Mathematics, third midterm test, solving quadratic equations. Before solving equations, we have to have basic knowledge about factorization. Factorizing is basically the reverse of expanding brackets. Instead of removing brackets, we can take common factors out. As an example, when you factorize 5x squared plus 10xy, 5x is a common factor for 5x squared and 10xy. So you can take 5x out. When you take 5x out inside the bracket, it remains x plus 2y. So when you factorize, the answer is 5x times x plus 2y. At the same time, when you expand the brackets, you can get the same answer. So when you expand 5x times x plus 2y, the answer is 5x squared plus 10xy. Now we'll try to factorize these expressions. First one, 15 minus 3x. 3 is a common factor for 15 and minus 3x, so we can take 3 out. Then by expanding, you can check your answer. 5 times 3, 15, and 5 times minus x is minus 3x. So the same expression is coming 15 minus 3x. Second one, 2a plus 10. We know that 2a and 10 both are divisible by 2. So 2 is the common factor. You can take 2 out. So then when you take 2 out inside the bracket, a plus 5. So your answer is 2 times a plus 5. When you expand this expression, you can get 2a plus 10 again. Third one, ab minus 5a. We can see that a is a common factor for ab and minus 5a. So you can take a out. When you take a out inside the bracket, it remains b minus a. So your answer is a brackets b minus 5. When you expand, you can get ab minus 5a. Fourth one, like same, a square plus 6a. So a is the common factor for a square and 6a. So you can take a out. When you take a out inside the bracket, it remains a plus 6. When you expand, you can get a square plus 6a. Fifth one, you can see the expression is 8x square minus 4x. So from 8 and 4 is the common factor, and for x square and x is the common factor. So you can take 4x out. When you take 4x out inside the brackets, it remains 2x minus 1. When you expand, you can get 8x square minus 4x. So now we'll move little bit harder expressions. First one, you can see 10 pq plus 2p. So you have to choose the common factor. Be very careful. You can see p is a common for both 10pq and 2p, and 2 also common because 10 also divisible by 2. So the common factor is 2p. When you take 2p out from 10pq, the answer is 5q. And when you take 2p out from 2p, 1. So your answer should be 2p brackets. Inside the brackets, it remains 5q plus 1. By expanding, you can check your answer is correct or wrong. See the second one. You can see here 20xy minus 16x. From 20 and 16, 4 is a common factor for 20 and 16, and xy and x is a common factor for xy and x. So 4x is a common for the expression, so you can take 4x out. When you take 4x out, inside the bracket it remains 5y minus 4. Third one, 24ab plus 16a square. Like earlier, for 24 and 16, 4 is a common factor. Sorry, not 4, 8 is a common factor because 24 and 16 both are divisible by 8. And for AB and A square, A is the common factor, so you can take 8A out. When you take 8A out, inside the brackets, it remains 3B plus 2A. So by expanding, you can check whether your answer is correct or wrong. Next one, 5r square plus 2 pi r. We can see 5 and r is common for both elements, so you can take 5r out. When you take 5r out, inside the bracket it remains r plus 2. Fifth one, 3a square minus 9a cube. For 3 and 9, 3 is the common factor, so you can take 3 out. And for a square and a cube, a square is the common factor, so you can take 3a square out. When you take 3a square out, inside the bracket it remains 1 minus 3a. Factorizing quadratics. Like earlier, when you factorize quadratic expression, you can put them to the two brackets. When you expand the two brackets, you can get the same quadratic equation. Let's see how we are going to do that. So we'll take as an example x square minus 9x minus 22. So you have to put them to the two brackets. For that, you can take 2 by 2 box. We know that when you multiply x and x, it's form x square, and the constant term is minus 22 here. This minus, from this minus 22, you need to make minus 9. So how to make minus 9 from minus 22? First thing is, you have to check what are the factors of minus 22. So these are the factors of minus 22. That means when you multiply minus 1 by 22, minus 22 is coming. When you multiply minus 22 by plus 1, then also minus 22 is coming. When you multiply by minus 2 by plus 11, then also minus 22 is coming. When you multiply by minus 11 by plus 2, then also minus 22 is coming. Now we'll see how to make minus 9 from these factors. So you can see when you add minus 1 and plus 22, the answer is plus 21. So, but we need to get minus 9. So you have to skip that. Then minus 22 plus 1. When you add minus 22 plus 1, the answer is minus 21. So we need to get minus 9. That one was wrong then. When you add minus 2 and plus 11, the answer is plus 9. So, but we need to make minus 9, it form plus 9. See the last one, minus 11 plus 2. minus 11 plus 2 is minus 9. So that is a factor. We can take minus 11 and 2. When you add minus 11 and 2, it gives minus 9. So what are the two factors? That is minus 11 and 2. So you can fill the box now. Minus 11 and minus 2. We know that when you add minus 11x plus 2x, the answer is minus 9x. So then your factors are x plus 2 and x minus 11. So the thing is, you have to choose correct factors and put them to the brackets. Let's factorize these quadratic expressions. Okay, the first one, x square plus 4x plus 3. The constant term is plus 3. From plus 3 you have to make plus 4. How to make? Plus 3 times plus 1 is plus 3, and when you add plus 3 and plus 1, plus 4. So the two factors are plus 3 and plus 1. So you can put them to the two brackets, x plus 3 and x plus 1. Okay, the second one, from plus 2 you need to make minus 3. So we know that minus 2 times minus 1 is plus 2. And when you add minus 2 and minus 1, the answer is minus 3. So the factors are x minus 2 and x minus 1. Third one, you have to make plus 7 from minus 30. So how to make plus 7 from minus 30? We know that 10 times 3 is 30. But we need to make plus 7. To make that, plus 10 times minus 3 is minus 30. And when you add plus 10 and minus 3, the answer is 7. So what are the factors? Plus 10 and minus 3. So your factors are x plus 10 and x minus 3. Fourth one, we need to make minus 4 from minus 12. So we know that 6 times 2 is 12. So to make minus 4, we can take minus 6 times plus 2. When you multiply minus 6 and plus 2, minus 12 is coming. And the other thing is, when you add minus 6 and plus 2, minus 4 is coming. So the factors are x plus 2 and x minus 6. Last one, from plus 10 you need to make 7. So very easy. We know that the factors are only 5 and 2. So 5 times 2 is 10. Then plus 5 times plus 2 is plus 10. And plus 5 plus 2 is plus 7. Then the factors are x plus 2 times x plus 5. So this is a summary of factorization. The first thing is, we have to take common factors out. As an example, 4y minus 8y square. We know that 4y is common, so you can take 4y out. When you take 4y out, inside the bracket, 1 minus 2y. Then the difference of two squares. As an example, 4m square minus 64. We know that all are square numbers. 4 means 2 square and 64 means 8 square. So you can rearrange the equation, 2 square m square minus 8 square. So then the factors are 2m and 8. So the two factors you can write 2m plus 8 and 2m minus 8. So mix expression also can come. So the first thing is you have to take common factors out. So 4 is the common factor, so take 4 out. Then when you take 4 out, inside the bracket x square minus 9. So x square minus 9, you can rewrite x square minus 3 square. So the answer is x minus 3, x plus 3. 4 also there outside the bracket. So when you factorize the quadratic equation, as an example, so you need to factorize x square minus 7x plus 6. So you have to find two numbers that can make minus 7 and plus 6. When you multiply, that should be plus 6. When you add, that should be minus 7. So the two numbers are 6 times 1 minus 6 times minus 1 plus 6, and minus 6 minus 1 is minus 7. So the two factors are x minus 6 and x minus 1. Solving quadratic equation using factorization. Solve this equation. Solve the equation of x square plus 5x minus 14 equals 0. The first thing is you have to factorize x square minus 5x minus 14. To factorize this expression from minus 14, you need to make plus 5. So when you multiply plus 7 by minus 2, minus 14 is coming, and when you add plus 7 and minus 2, plus 5 is coming. So the two factors are x plus 7 and x minus 2. Then we can rewrite the equation, that is x plus 7 times x plus 2 minus 2 should be equal to 0. Then you can equal them separately to 0. So x plus 7 equals 0 or x minus 2 equals 0. So then the two answers are there. The first answer is x equal minus 7 or x equal 2. Here when we solve the quadratic equation, we can see that there is two solutions other than the special cases. Now we'll solve these equations. Before solving this equation, we need to factorize those equations. First equation, 2x square minus 5x. When you factorize 2x square minus 5x, you can take x out, then inside the bracket 2x minus 5 equals 0. So then the second one, x square minus 7x plus 10. So when you factorize this expression from plus 10, you need to make minus 7. So 5 times 2 minus 5 times minus 2 is plus 10, and when you add minus 5 and minus 2, minus 7 is coming. So the two factors are x minus 5 and x minus 2. So you can rearrange the equation, x minus 5 times x minus 2 equals 0. Third one, you need to make plus 12 from 35. So the factors are 7 times 5. When you add 7 and 5, 12 is coming. When you multiply them, plus 35 is coming. So the equation you can rearrange. X plus 7 times x plus 5 equals 0. Fourth one, to make minus 8 from plus 16, you need to multiply minus 4 by minus 4. When you multiply minus 4 by minus 4, plus 16, and when you add minus 4 and minus 4, minus 8. So the factors are t minus 4 and t minus 4. You can see here both factors are equal. Fifth one, you have to factorize x square plus 6 minus x square plus x minus 6. So you need to make plus 1 from minus 6, that is plus 3 times minus 2. So the two factors are x plus 3 and x minus 2. So you can rearrange the equation. X plus 3 times x minus 2 equals 0. Fifth one, there is difference of two squares. 4x square you can write as a square number, 2 square x square. 64 you can write as a square number, 8 square. So the two factors are 2x minus 8 and 2x plus 8. Now we factorize all the equations. Now it's very easy to find the answers because we need to equal each factor separately to the 0. First one, you can equal x to 0 and 2x minus 5 to 0. So the two answers are x equals 0 and x equal 5 over 2. Second one, x minus 5 and x minus 2 are the two factors. You can equal them to 0 separately. When you equal x minus 5 to 0, the answer is x equal 5. When you equal x minus 2 to 0, the answer is x equal 2. So the two answers are there. Answers are x equal 5 and x equal 2. Third one, x plus 7 and x plus 5 you can equal to 0. When you equal x plus 7 to 0, the answer is x equals minus 7. When you equal x plus 5 to 0, the answer is x equal minus 5. Fourth one, here you can see both the factors are equal, t minus 4 and t minus 4. So you can equal one factor to 0. When you equal t minus 4 to 0, then t should be equal 4. Here this is a special case. You can see here only one solution is there. Fifth one, where you can equal x plus 3 and x minus 2 separated to 0. So you can get two answers, x equal minus 3 and x equal 2. Last one, when you equal 2x minus 8 to 0, then 2x equal 8, x equal 4. Then when you equal 2x plus 8 to 0, 2x equal minus 8 and x equal minus 4. So the two answers are x equal 4 and x equal minus 4. Hope you all got something from this presentation. Thank you.